It's day 9 and Woohoojin's back, this time starting off in Immortal 2. That's right, he's hit it, he's really close, he's almost at Immortal 3, working his way up and getting close to that Radiant, making all the haters shake in their boots. Today we're going to be watching Split, and if you've seen my content before, you know how much I love Split. Woohoojin has been struggling a little bit on Split, so it's going to be important to deep dive this for him and also for you, the viewer, so you can learn how to play this map better. Let's get into it. My worst nightmare, Split. Here we go. We're gonna break down the map, talk a little bit about the comps, and predict what we think is gonna happen in this particular ranked game. So with this comp right now, we have a flex duelist. Omen, fantastic pick right here. We do have Skye. So Skye is going to be Woohoojin's best friend here. We need to make sure that we're communicating right away off with them to get the flashes in the right positions and communicate where we're pathing on the attack side. The attack side is gonna be one of the more tougher sides, especially in a ranked environment. And our goal really should be to take ramp control. So we're gonna be seeing some satchel plays, most likely from Hooj here. We actually have not seen a split VOD from Woohoojin yet, so this is going to be really interesting to watch. So I imagine there will be some sort of double satchel play leading into this space and following up with a bird going into this spot to be able to pop as Woohoojin's coming around the corner. So these are going to be important sites and areas to take on the map. There will be double satchel plays going into the backside as well. Again, asking for those Skye flashes is going to be the biggest key for success for Woohoojin going into this match. On the other side, we look at the comp and they have a clove, so kind of like a flex duelist. There's like 3 duelists, really, the way I like to look at it. Obviously controller is going to be Clove's main objective, but they can always double as a flex duelist here. The entry is going to be super powerful, and the Skye flash is going to be super powerful. So on their attack side, wherever they end up committing, wherever you see the Skye is probably where they're going to end up attacking totally. This is definitely going to be a tougher side on defense. The big strategy that we want to have against this comp is locating the Cypher, breaking the camera, and making them more honest. And the other factor too is going to be around what we talked about with the ramp control. If we can control this area of the map, we can control this area of the map right here, we force the long rotations. In general, this is always a good strategy whenever you're attacking this side to be able to make the defense rotate longer. Controlling the space allows you to quickly flood back in towards A or switch back to B at any point in time. So in general, without even looking at the comp, that's what your strategy wants to be right here. So that's what I see happening on this map. Let's hop into it and take a look. So as we expected, going towards A side here, saying A. Let's see if he does ask for Skye flashes here and get set up with it. Going the double satchel by here and classic. About what we expected here.
Yo, shut the fuck up and go watch the eclipse, bro.
Hey.
Go watch the eclipse, bro.
Is the eclipse gonna increase my RR?
What? Alright, that's like that's the definition of touch gas, no?
If it's not gonna, then I'm
That's literally, I'm doing the same thing. I could go watch the eclipse right now too. All right, so let's see where the flashes are going to end up going. He looks like he is going to path directly on site here. So double satchel into sight, up into heaven. Okay, awesome. This is actually a really interesting pathing, as it will allow for a pincer on anyone who's playing ramp if they are there. This is something that I would probably do. I don't know if I'd do it on pistol round. It's more so something I would see if, for the first round, for example, if I'm noticing people are playing this area, this is usually the safer routing for me personally. If I notice people are playing that spot, that's when I would try to pinch. I think this would be a really, really good strat for a double dive, being that Jet can go up this way and then Raze can go this way through it. The other factor that was a little bit antsy was we didn't really know where the Cypher was. So I'm a little bit concerned that he might have just hit the wire there and been eliminated right away. So those are some of the holes that I was a little bit concerned about. And of course, if someone was sitting right here, this could have been a bit dangerous too. So we don't really know the setup, what they're doing or how they're playing it. Not a bad kill, good trade right here. 3v3 situation sets his team up for success. So those are the potential holes. A couple of scary factors there. I think we need a little bit more information before we decide to go for that dive right away. It will catch people off in ranked, but maybe in a team play environment might be a little bit scarier. Going back towards A, we'll see if the pathing changes up a little bit. So we're gonna path right into the backside, assuming that there was nobody there. There might have been a slight change. No, this is perfect. Free space taken right here. So always remember, chat, the role of the duelist or the entry duelist is just to take space. That's all that we're trying to do. You're trying to draw crosshairs to make it easier for your team to be able to path into sight, and all of this is high value for Woohoojin. This creates so many more easier fights for your team when you just take the bull by the horns and just get your ass into the site.
One enemy remaining.
Huge. There could be one on screens here. Now this map is all based on timing, so I'm just putting timings in my head as to where I think people will be rotating from when they'll be there. So if we see nothing by screens, he's definitely coming through vents at this point. Small chance of him wrapping all the way through sewers. The rotation from sewers is so damn long, so if there were going to come from sewers, we would have probably heard them by now. And there he is on screens. So this is all based on timings. I have this in my head. Clearly, the Cypher is the one that's anchoring towards B set right now. So he's going to have the longest rotation. So as you're hitting site and you're starting to make contact, you start having a little internal clock in your head saying, this person's going to be here at this time. This person's going to be here in this time. This is one of those maps where literally it's called split timings. It's about pre-firing. It's about knowing where the enemy is going to be. And there's only so many combinations that the defense can actually have in terms of their actual setup. So it's very easy to be able to read and to counter, and it's going to be all about what you know and how you can mentally project where you think the enemies are going to be at the beginning of the round.
This fucker's just waiting, bro.
But you knew he was going to be there. You knew he was going to be there. He was waiting for the eclipse. You're right.
I'm gonna go establish some B main presence. I'm gonna boom bot, and then I'm gonna go mid with my sheriff.
Wait. I don't like that, but
I kind of don't like it either, but I understand why he wants to do it, because he wants to keep these guys engaged over here so that they don't hard rotate right away. Because we've already hit A twice. Whenever you're attacking, I want you to think of yourself as like a painter. You're painting a beautiful image, and that image is telling a story to the enemy team. What do you want them doing? How do you want them reacting? If we start putting some attention over here, it might even pull a rotation over, because we've already shown them 2 commitments through A with the initiation of the raise utility. So there's a lot of good things here, but ultimately, I think we could probably just keep setting it on A right now until they've proven to change.
You can call next round as that.
okay.
I liked what he did there. We'll let you call the strat next round. I love that. You're giving him approval at that point. That's how you win a friend online.
What do you have in here? Ooh, we're smoked off. You just want to fucking swing? We ran a flash?
No.
3,
wait for
2,
flash.
1.
We ran a flash. They're not blind?
Flash.
Yeah, we ran a flash.
What? Huh? I can see the Reyna getting killed, because that's a decent range, but this range here, what? Is the game broken?
They're not blind?
If you know what happened here, chat, please let me know in the comments. What? That's a long distance. That's a long enough range. Is it behind them? I don't know.
They're not blind?
Right one side.
Strong first part of the half here. We'd love to see this. We need 5 rounds. 5 rounds would be solid here. So 2 more rounds would be fantastic. If we can get a couple more, obviously, that's great too, but we're aiming for 5 rounds here.
I have sight. Maybe one screams.
Oh,
No way. No way. No way. That's the reason, another reason why I hate this map. It's such an equalizer. So what happened there was the Jet took a timing on the smoke. If we watch the minimap right now, Jet took a timing on the smoke and walks out of the smoke right there. It's like, just goes for it, right? And this is something that you can totally get away with in a ranked environment, but if you're in a team environment, you just get completely punished for that. So in this situation, because everyone's kind of like unorganized in a 5-person event, you can take these random timings and be displaced from your other 4 teammates that are coming in and not even stage a proper retake. So because of this, you end up catching people off guard sometimes because they're just not ready for it.
Wow.
I think what needs to happen right now is we need to either move faster through A main into screens and ignore this because they haven't been playing here at all. They haven't given us any indication. They have been playing 2 people towards here. So we either do that or we start taking mid fast and taking defense as fast as we can to back these 2 players up and allow us to take this space a little bit faster and do something where we can pinch on both sides, something along those lines. I also think that with a good layer of flashing, Woohoojin could jump and do that initial sight take and pinch from here and here to be able to attack them right there. So I think we need to focus on heaven right now, or we ignore it altogether and we go and take screens early with a double satchel. That would be my rooting plan from here.
I can't buy a rifle.
Looks like we're gonna go right up ramp.
Satchel out.
Then we're gonna have an Omen blind set up. Paranoia sets it up. Perfect. A bird would be fantastic. Not getting it.
I have rope.
One screen, guys.
Good.
Hell.
Cypher's such a powerful character on this map for locking rounds down like this.
One screens, one up towards heaven.
I'm not gonna fight this Omen.
Yeah,
I'm playing my life. My life's way too valuable here.
The way he says that's pretty funny. But great communication to be giving to the Omen, letting them know that they're alone. So this is an example of communicating action, right? Something that I just sorely missed in lower ranks.
Oh, let's go!
So that you don't have to predict what your teammates are doing. You don't have to mind read. You don't have to be in a psychic convention or practicing those skills.
Pretty good. Where are you in SoCal?
Nah, I'm in Seattle.
Fuck Seattle.
Fuck yeah.
What the fuck? We supply you fucks with water! You would die!
Wait, sorry.
Apologize,
Boombot,
and then I'll
good
go out.
Boombot.
I'm sorry.
I think he's gonna satchel up into heaven here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, he's going backside.
They're dead. Seattle
Beautiful.
did.
Walked right into the nade.
I've got your trail.
We might need a raise ult here.
Guy, do you have fucking heal?
Enemy spotted. A.
Oh my lord.
It's a big kill. Okay. Oh. So there's an argument to be made to pop ult. I understand why he didn't, because he didn't really see if he was going to get 100% value. The problem is that Sky puts the ult out, so we know exactly where everyone is, and Jet can feel more free to be able to swing this right away. So if you pop the ult, you have the argument of having a deterrent. They know where you are, but they're afraid to be able to swing out. And this can create some space now for you to be able to put the bomb down, at the very least start the post plant. You could also use the ult to scale with. So you can say, okay, well, let's go and attack A main together, or you can attack CT together. This is one of those things that you kind of just need to say, you know what, let's roll the dice and see what happens. Let's pop it, right? And it'll be one of the more aggressive plays. So there's many different ways that you can skin this cat here, but that's one of the thoughts and one of the tools that you might want to apply in future games. Typically, my protocol is ult for ult. Okay, so we have a really good opportunity to win this round, and the investment's there. Don't be afraid to make that investment if it means you winning a round, especially in a ranked environment. The one major ult that is slept on this map is Omen ult, and I've talked about this in multiple different videos, but a lot of you guys are brand new. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to talk to you about how powerful this ult is, okay? And I'm an Omen main, so I'm a little bit biased, but think about this. If you were to ult on top of yourself, what does that get you? A lot. Think about it. As soon as you ult, anyone who's playing in the standard positions, is to say that there's like two people towards A, one here, one here, one here. Immediately, as soon as you ult, what are these players going to do? They're going to have to back off and check behind them. Because if they don't, then you now apply pressure from behind and the front, which makes it really, really awkward for them. If you ever played Fracture the incorrect way, where you're just playing onto the bomb sites, you know exactly what this feels like. You can have attacks from behind you and in front of you. You can't keep the enemy in front of you. So you have to almost necessarily back up, which in effect can create space for your attack into the site or your attack into this site, obviously. So that's a major factor. Just ulting on top of yourself, you get value on this map, and you have to do something about it. And this is like kind of universal for a lot of maps, but this key map, or this map here, has a lot more of an effect because you need to get past a lot of the key choke points. So when you're getting past all of these choke points all over the map here, it's much more easier if you can draw crosshairs or make the enemy move away from them. And that's something that an Omen ult can do very well. Now, you don't necessarily have to do that kind of ult, but you can do an early ult where you start TPing into somewhere like screens or back in this corner, even with some smokes applied to yourself. Throw one right down there and just, TP into it. And let them know that you're going to do this early on so that you condition them. We talked about conditioning in the third round. You condition them that you're going to be ulting behind, and then later on you can just literally ult in yourself and still get the same amount of value as if you were going to do it over here before. So things to think about and strategies that you can apply in your ranked games to be able to get a little bit more value out of your ults.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, that is so unlucky. What is that? That's crazy. Holy shit. Okay, so here's what I am going to say about this. I understand the reasoning behind satcheling in fast because you're trying to gain space and gain value off the ult. Now that we know that they're playing like this and they're playing close and they really, you know, they're just not afraid to do anything like that. In this situation here, what I would recommend, holding off on the ult and holding off the satchel for a few seconds to make them realize that ult has been hit, so that they can start backing off, and that will create natural space for you. So if they're going to be aggressive in middle here, pop the ult, wait just a fraction of a second longer, and then commit. Because they couldn't even respond to the fact that you pulled your ult here. So because of that, these morons are playing through this. That's insane. And really good response from the other Rays here to pop their ult as you popped yours here. And something we talk about a lot as Rays is when you're countering the other Rays, you know, that's a direct counter a lot of times. It forces the enemy team to back off and forces your support to back off as well. Once again, we just need one more round here and that would be solid for going into the defense. Trying to recontest, they did. They checked A main, saw nothing. So at this point, they're going to be going through vents.
I'm a mile away, boys.
We're way late though. So someone should be in heaven now. It should be our Jet coming up right here.
We're gonna need some heaven coverage. I'm coming.
Jet should be right here. There it is.
Plan this shit default, boys.
The Cypher,
Heaven 40.
unknown.
Enemy remaining.
I imagine Cypher's probably in heaven as well, considering the Jet just went full tilt into that push. There's a chance he might just like ninja jump right into Hooj right here on the left and just go for a kill. Depending on what gun he has. If he's got... Yep, and there it is. So in that situation, because they have so much money, they're probably in a space where they can rebuy the following round, most likely. So why not try to make a play like that? I was surprised he didn't point directly at Hooj there and try to just go for a quick kill, because that would have been flying through the air, close range fight. You have a chance to catch a lucky bullet hitting his head. The key on defense is not to over-rotate. That's the most important thing. Now with the Cypher, Cypher can control information, and so can the Sky. So typically the Sky will be able to help us on the A site here. With the Cypher going to the opposite site, looks like Cypher is going to be coming towards us. I would recommend having Cypher to one site and having Sky to the other site, usually whatever the aggressive play is coming from with the Rays. So the Rays and the Sky should always work together. Either they play through B main or they play and control A main, but they always want to be together since they enable each other.
Sky, would you rather have a burger or a hot dog?
I'll take burger all day.
Cypher. Wait, why didn't you just throw it then?
I did throw it!
What?
Oh man, thank goodness.
I threw my nade.
So late, bro.
Because it was just one guy. I was playing my nade for the rush. You calmed out here one
Okay, so
A.
they
I'm
don't
like,
rush?
bet. I pull my
Take
nade
out
out.
your pistol?
And then if they start
Yeah,
rushing, I throw my nade.
And then you swing with this when I'm shooting.
I didn't realize you were...
Woohoojin's totally in the right here. However, I always recommend just let him say, yeah, man, you're right. And just end it. Just end it. End the conversation. Here's the thing. I always recommend this, guys. Just let the person be wrong, okay? Let them be wrong and then just move on. Because at the end of the day, it's not worth your peace. It isn't. Don't let people interfere with your peace, especially if you're going for a long ranked grind in that day. Every little piece, it's kind of like picking at a scab or someone just like pinching your skin a little bit. Every single time someone does that and they dig you, it's gonna exhaust the shit out of you. So there's not even a point to even like argue this at all.
Dry fight him, bro.
Like, just lock in, bro. You're from Seattle, we get it.
Seattle, guys.
Nah, bro, you just gave the guy a drop. You're Cypher. You fought past your whole setup.
Should just let it go here, Wooj. Come on. Let it go.
Now I just feel like I wasted my name.
Yeah, we definitely wasted the name there. And this is probably because you're getting a little bit tilted by this guy. And rightfully so, you should. But we also need to control ourselves.
Sky,
Spike
Jet,
planted.
Cypher, close.
Is there one on the pillar there? That pillar box?
Yeah, we're up. Okay.
Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. So, I'm sitting there going like, did that guy just jump Headshot that guy? What?
Good box. Oh.
Come on now.
Last player standing.
This is the round that they would probably hit A if they're gonna hit.
Good.
I'm blind.
And the reason why I say that is because they've done B twice now, so I figured there's probably going to be some sort of feeler here, at the very least. They have lurked it.
Cypher cage to crosshair.
This could be just a solo lurk, still.
I'm across here.
They are up mid right now. They have.
Oh, there's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap. Has not crossed.
Okay, so there's one in vents, and now they could be he says there's a gap, but okay, cool. I was a little worried about a cross there. Okay, so I would back up now. I'd back up. I'd probably play towards the entrance because we don't have vents here. Entrance to CT heaven is probably good here. Good bomb buddy
Fine,
here.
Ropes, I'm leaving you, Sky.
Can you get
Okay,
out?
that confirms that it's
you're alone.
probably
I'm gonna
towards
help
B right now, but they can always double back here. This guy takes space on A main, which is not bad.
One out B main.
B main and then heaven.
Yeah, and then 2B heaven near mail.
2B heaven, okay.
That's not even good, bro.
He has to go for something here. Getting one of these would be huge. With how long that person on B main is taking over here, there's a chance they might be pushing through CT here.
Oh, grab door B main.
Yep, and that's he knows that too.
Yeah, I get B heaven.
Because they're not planting right away,
Planting?
so there's still a chance they could be up, push up here. That's why he's taking his time to clear this all
Blind
out.
him above.
We have seen in their post mines them playing in the smoke as well, so this is also a possibility.
I'm smoked off CT right now, Sky. Their Clove has res.
Okay, one help.
Oh.
Yeah, it's raised.
I hit 80.
Hell,
One
hell,
enemy remaining.
perfect. Double satchel in. I would satchel in here.
I can satchel out.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Don't 1v1, satchel.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Yes.
Wrapping.
Good.
Can you just get on?
Stick it, stick it. Nice.
You had your fun.
Doesn't have time.
My turn.
Wow. What a waste of a res.
Nothing A.
I'm gonna rotate off this guy.
Could have waited off that
B,
flash
B, B.
though.
Two.
Out of charges.
And then I'm gonna go. There's a huge gap. Nice.
Alright, so with how much they've been doing this, they've had one Cypher here lurking, and then the rest of them have been attacking for B main. We need to do something different here. Throw a smoke on this area, challenge this area, switch up your positioning. And this is what Woohoojin was talking about earlier on in this round, but I think we just need a full commit at this point and just do it. Change up the positioning, change up the setup, be aggressive towards B main, try to take that space.
There is not! What are they doing to your setup, Esad? Are they like nading the trip?
No.
Do they just like walk up and break it, or?
Jet goes. Jet up, Josh goes back.
One way B main.
I mean, you could just throw a second high trip.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, just throw a second wire if he's up traffic.
Oh yeah, Cypher
I think
can. I can end of one way.
Looks like we're buying up.
No, back next, huh?
I've got your trail.
Fast A, fast A.
Oh, bro. I don't know what to do, man.
How often do you play split matches where this happens? Like all the time.
My sensible player can't hold their sight.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, one
I
ramp,
just
one ramp.
lose.
Spike planted. Go get him.
Sounded like
I have
missed that.
screens.
The only thing you can do if a Sentinel player is just not holding their sight is you have to be aggressive on the map. You just have to be aggressive and fight them. And the thing that you also can do is think about what worked on attack side. A lot of times when we get into a 9-3, and this obviously wasn't the situation here, but I think about 9-3s, and especially back on Haven, right? There might be a new version of Haven coming out, but on old Haven, a lot of people would get into this 9-3 half, and they would be on attack, and they get the 9 rounds. And then they go over to defense, and they end up losing the whole game. Well, why is that? A lot of times it's because you changed the way that you were playing that worked, right? So the way that a lot of teams do, or a lot of people in rank do on an attack, is they be really, really aggressive and use the advantage of the big map for themselves. So I often say, well, if you end up losing that game 9-3 at the beginning of the second half, I would say, well, why did you change your strategy if it was working? Instead, be aggressive and take the space and fight from the other side because it was working, right? So I'm not saying flip the map necessarily, but definitely challenge for space and momentum through middle and through B main. And then play your retake towards A. Right now they've been giving you so much towards B, instead of playing and waiting for them, let's set the tempo for ourselves.
You're gonna main smoke?
Last player standing.
We need flashes early to see if they're coming here. So we're just playing defensive again, and like this is traditional ranked play for sure, but like, could we ask for a one-way smoke and try to challenge B main and get early info? Could be up on ramp. Good nade.
There's multiple ramps. I just naded them.
Someone just flashed heaven.
Healing over here.
They're dogging heaven as well. Clove and Sky were both heaven.
It's a waste of a dog, I think. But we have to boombot it. So the reason why he has to boombot here is because they did dog up. So the chances are they have tried to take space here. So we have to confirm if they've tried to take that space. And that's where this comes in.
Buddy out.
I'm jumping in.
They're in heaven.
They're up really close.
Hold on, chill.
Scout destroyed.
They're into heaven now.
You had your fun. My turn.
One A main.
Sky is ramp. I'm coming screens with you.
Good position to be in right now. We just have to stay patient.
Fuck that.
Both.
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
Distract, distract, distract. Okay, so this ended up being just fine, and Woohoojin didn't need to say a damn thing. But what I recommend is you say, I'm baiting for you. I'm baiting for you, flankers. I'm baiting for you. You can say, Omen, I'm baiting for you. I'm baiting for you. You're looking at me. They're looking at me. And you're just shooting. You're shooting at the person. That way, they're confirmed, especially in lower ranks, they're confirmed that they're completely okay on the flank. Something that you can just do as a quick little communication.
Nice. Fucking go.
Let's leave whatever
Be
happened
retake.
in the past.
We're still in it, guys.
We got 4 ults right now. We should really start suggesting using it.
We're gonna try taking B main control.
Like, let's take mid control. Let's have Omen ult in this corner and see if there's anyone there. And then have Raze ult into them if there's a confirm. If not, there's no one there. You can either commit to it or you can rotate early with Raze ult and get ready.
Go with like a boom bot and rocket.
Let's be creative. Use these ults. Okay, we're gonna take some B main space finally, which is great.
Bomb buddy out.
Okay, so this looks like it's gonna be an A take already. Yeah, it's gonna be an A take. We should be calming.
right now.
Yep, perfect. Calming. That is probably A. 3 towards middle. Oh, imagine, just imagine we did that play with the Omen ult and the Raze ult, that combo. Holy crap. Would have been a clip. It would have been an intro for Zamzi. Huge. And this is why it's so powerful to be able to take this space, because it's so unsuspecting a lot of times too.
Right.
Spike down B. One enemy
Okay, this guy's going for the clip. He's going for the clip.
No, I'm 30 HP. I'm going to get a heal. Yeah,
A little overkill on the rocket,
Bomb is still down.
but guarantees the round, so I'm okay with it.
Taking the B main orb.
This is slightly a positioning error. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that Woohoojin doesn't throw the nade, which is an awesome thing to do, especially this early into the round. We're looking at about a minute 20 left. So if you dump out this nade, this is one of your last remaining stall pieces of utility that you can throw out there. Obviously, we do have the trips and everything like that, but this nade can be used to layer off of the trips itself. So we want to hold on for the actual site hit. Problem that I see here is that Raze rocket is procced and ready to go. And if we put ourselves in this spot right here, sure, we have the satchels to get out, but I'm worried about a metal coming in and decaying as well. So him trying to get out of this spot might be a dangerous thing for him. On top of that, the rotations, he is the anchor, so it's pretty much a free site if they get past these trips and past him. So it's a little bit dangerous to be on this spot. I'd rather he be over here so he can survive and get away if he needs to.
Raise us all, guys. Careful.
Fire in the hole.
And here's the problem I'm talking about. Okay, so Raze is spotted up in heaven. That gives us a little bit more free space. There's the metal. And now we're decayed.
Satchel out.
They're both,
So the satcheling.
both one shot.
Yeah.
Look what he
Oh.
2 B main, Cypher close.
That sucks.
Decay.
See, the thing is I don't think he needed to move in that situation because they didn't know exactly where he was. Like, he didn't give any information away. He walked by, past the cage, everything. So there wasn't any indication that he was actually in this corner yet. We do know that we've given up information that S. Dot and our Omen player is over in heaven. So the first interaction that they're going to be looking at after they get past the trips is looking over there. So this gives Woohoojin time, especially with the trip still being active right now. And with the Razalt being over there, he was probably thinking the Razalt's coming towards this direction. But with the Razalt being revealed over there and this trip, he's actually got a little bit more time if he stays patient here to just avoid being killed. He might have spotted him through here, but I doubt it. There might have been a little bit of fear with that. The nade was thrown though. So that was all the issue there. So I think what happened here is Woohoojin decides to throw this nade in response to the Razalt that was already revealed, so he wasn't aware of that. Maybe that's what was going on. So the nade, I'm questioning why throw it there. There's definitely an issue with util in this situation, but I can't quite put my finger on what needed to be fixed here.
Both one shot.
I think the only thing that could have been done there was more patience on Woohoojin's part and just the awareness of where that rage rocket was. Because for me, I think he's throwing that nade in a way to try to disrupt the actual site take off of the Razalt. That could be the only thing I can think of. What do you think in the comments? I still like the aggressive playing to B main so they can't just stage into you. I think that's one of the biggest factors here is the Sky Rays trying to aggressively take space on B main and holding that spot. Putting a one-way from Omen right over here, I think this is really the tail of the tape of this game. Omen can single-handedly hold B site alone, and you can have Cypher utility towards A, and you can be aggressive towards mid if you wanted to. You can be aggressive towards B main, but I think this is like a universal smoke that should be thrown every single time, and we should be taking that space all the time. So we could be actively asking for those things, and I think this map control over here can easily disrupt a lot of the site takes that are being thrown against us on B. We've already seen the effectiveness of Woohoojin taking that B main space once. The other factor too, again, I hate to blame this all on Omen, but you win as a team, you lose as a controller. I firmly believe this. Omen is wide open here and still not using that ult. So what are we waiting for on the Omen ult?
80 jet.
It's not an easy map to win on for sure. There's a lot of moving pieces and things that happen. An interesting game to look at for sure. I think the biggest factor here was map control on defense and the controlling of the rotation. So had we challenged towards mid a little bit more, had the Omen ult been used a little bit more actively, I don't think the Omen even used ult once on this half. I think if we had asked for those things and asked to be enabled to communicate a little bit more, we could have seen a few of those rounds tip in our favor, and then ultimately that could have been the decider to maybe make this an overtime map and then win out from there. Split's a very, very complicated map. There's a lot of timings, a lot of intricacies, and this is why, again, I recommend don't do your first coaching session on Split. Try to do with another map altogether. This one here can be a little bit more complicated, and a lot of it is up in the air. There's a lot of equalizer fights that come in, so people who have less gun skill can actually work well against a person who might have superior gun skill, just based on timings and a bunch of other little factors in there. So I think there's a couple holes, couple opportunities within this Split altogether, and it mostly comes from the team play element and the map control element. And that's my take on that. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching this one. We'll see you next time.